can't see ourselves. All right.
All right. Welcome to the Montague Girls Golf Media Day podcast. How you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Did you guys have fun doing the pictures and all that over there?
Oh, yeah.
It's quite eventful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you guys have some big meets this week. GMA is one of them. What's the outlook for that? What do you guys think you're going to shoot?
Okay.
Hopefully good.
Yeah, hopefully good.
Hopefully good. We don't have the best track record at White Lake traditionally, not just this team, but for whatever reason, all our teams have struggled there. It's a quirky course that we only play a couple times a year, but these two have put in a lot of time there specifically, so
I like it.
I have high hopes.
Yeah. What do you think you'll have to shoot to be in the top 10?
Top 10 for an individual?
Yep.
Oof. I would say mid-90s or lower. The course is probably going to play tough.
Yep.
There's definitely girls that if you put them on an easier course like Lincoln could shoot, mid-70s, but
Yeah.
I don't see that at White Lake.
Yeah. Besides, good old Challenge Trail, which in and of itself is a good course, what is your guys' favorite course to play, during the season, outside of the season, all that?
I like the Lincoln Hills and Ludington. That one's probably my favorite.
I do like that one as well.
And that's where we're going Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we always look forward to that one. A lot of girls tend to PR there. They just like that course.
Yeah, I love that course playing there. I like there's a lot of bunkers, long kind of waist bunkers.
Yeah.
And, you got 2 or 3 holes you got to play around the dune in the middle of the course. And that's always cool you don't get all the way over it and you have to take a drop because you're in the middle of a dune. But, yeah, what about for you, Braylon?
I like White Lake.
And for you? I know you've played all
White
kinds
Lake's
of courses.
my home. Out of the courses that we play in the rotation, I do like Lincoln Hills.
Yeah.
I miss playing at Stonegate. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
down here.
I love Stonegate too. So golf takes a lot of time away from school, as I think you guys know. How do you guys kind of balance that?
I do my schoolwork normally when I get back over the next day, or I'll tell my teachers in advance, so then I don't normally have to do the schoolwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you just kind of tell them, they don't really give you anything. And if you just do it at home, then you're fine.
Yeah. And you're a teacher, so how does that work for you?
Yeah, and I teach underclassmen, but we
Yep.
have a bunch of underclassmen on the team.
Yeah.
So I actually have a couple of our golf girls in class right
Mhm.
now, and there's some leniency there, but
Yep.
in general, we've always had pretty good academics on the team.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah.
So they do a good job. The teachers never really complain.
Yep. So far this season, you guys are already through conference and all that.
Mhm.
What's been the most challenging part?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably playing on Mondays. Because
Oh, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah,
you actually
so
have to do stuff
Almost
over
all
the
of our
weekends.
conference meets were on Mondays, so I think that's a lot. I'm sure there are other sports that play on Mondays, but you think
Yeah.
about it, it's like I don't see these girls for 2 days, and then we show up and we're like, "Hey, this is conference. This
Yeah.
matters."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we haven't been practicing for a couple of days, and so obviously we encourage them to practice on their own, but
Yeah.
that's tough.
Yeah.
Um,
And I know you guys switched to 18 hole matches
Mhm.
for conference this year. What kind of was, you probably have better insight than most. So what was kind of the decision to change that to 18 holes after it's been, it was back in the day, it was 18 holes, but traditionally over the last few years, it's been 9.
I like 9 holes better.
yeah, there's definitely a mixed, emotions about it, but we're trying to put the conference in a place where the goal for all the teams
Yeah.
is to compete in
Yep.
regionals and state, and we just decided kind of as a staff that 9 holes wasn't really preparing them for
Yep.
postseason play. So
Yeah.
I'm really happy with the change.
Yeah, I know. When I got out there at that first meet, I think it was out at White Lake actually. I was like, oh, they're playing 18 holes. That's different.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think it is a good change. I think that helps
Yeah,
get you
I-
more prepared for regionals and stuff.
Yeah, and 9 holes is kind of gimmicky in a way. Like if you get off to a bad start, if you have 2 really bad holes to start, you're
Yeah.
kind of done.
Yeah,
Where 18, there's plenty of time to make up for it. So 9 holes is really like a sprint.
yeah,
And then 18 holes is a marathon.
yeah. What's been your guys' worst hole of the season?
Worst hole?
Yeah.
Oh, they could tell you.
that's
Oh.
Oh.
I don't think I've gotten a 10 yet.
I had a
we
10 this
played
year.
at Forest Acres West on Monday last week, and my drive was fine, but it went in the crap, so then I had to take a drop, and then I hit that drop into the crap that I hit my drive into, and then I dropped again, and then I hit it behind a tree. And then I had to drop from the tree, and then I smashed it over the green, and I just picked it up and said, "Give me a 10."
I've done that a few times.
I just like I can't think of a bad hole. Like they're all just like start bad and then. Oh, I got one. I was on the green in one, and this is also at Forest Acres.
Yeah.
And I was on the green and I putted and it went all the way off the green, and then I had to chip back on the green and it came all the way back off the green, and then I 3-putted it. Like I 5-putted it in the end.
So she hit the green on a par 3 and made a 6.
Hey, I
Yeah.
can't. I did that at Stonegate one time, and my senior year, hit the green. I think it's number 17. That's the par 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I hit the green. It's that big kidney bean green, and I was like 7 feet away from the pin, and the pin was in a tough spot, and I lipped out my putt,
Yeah. They can get
and
away,
then Brad Tate pulls around the corner. He's watching me, so I'm like, I got to make this. And it's like a 4-footer coming back, turning a little bit left, and then I missed that. Then I missed the one after that, and then I missed the one after that, and tapped in. Yeah, it was
I
it
did
was
that
rough.
a lot.
What about your best holes though? Because you both
Yeah.
had some really good ones.
At Lincoln Hills, we got to hit like our tee box was in front of the like dune or whatever,
Yep.
and I had a good drive, and then I hit the green on my second shot, and then I made like the longest putt of my life. And
For
that
an
was,
eagle.
yeah, I
That's
got
pretty
it.
sweet.
Yeah. And you at Old Channel, you drove the green on Valley's
Oh, yeah, I did.
6.
Yeah.
That's
Is that like
that's
the
a
one
big
that
drive.
everybody goes right on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that hole.
Yeah, me too.
That hole sucks.
But I only did that because every single time in practice, I pull out my driver and I always hit it bad.
Yeah, why not?
Like, I'm gonna prove
And
Kurt
I yell
wrong.
at her and I say, when we get to competition, you should play a little more conservative.
And
No.
I just pulled my driver out, and
It was
it
really great.
went right on the green.
It worked out.
What about for you?
I don't really know. Like, I guess yesterday was it yesterday? No, Friday.
Friday.
I hit like it was a short par 3. It was probably like 110, 115, and I was like 2 feet away from the hole.
That's pretty
And
sweet.
got a birdie. Yeah.
So what you hit good shots like that. What's your most popular club in your bag? The one that you tend to hit the most shots well with, that you like the most.
Probably my 8 or my 7, or like my 5 wood.
Right now, I say no clubs. But on a good day, I'd probably say my pitching wedge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about for you?
For me, I like my 9-iron probably the best.
Yeah. So for future golfers, I mean, you guys are a young squad.
Yeah.
What would be your guys' advice?
Oh.
It gets better when you start out your match is really bad, and then it gets better. And also, if you put the work in, I mean, I didn't really put the work in until this summer, and then when I would golf every single day, I'd see myself improve. So
Yeah.
I'd say put the work in
Yeah.
and actually show up to practice.
I see night and day from last year. I'm so much better than I was. Because last year I couldn't even hit a ball really. I could, and just put in the effort. And also halfway through this season, you're gonna hate golf, but then by the end you're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's a grind. When you ask the first question, what's been the hardest part, and I think it's just, we're getting to the point where we've really been pushing.
Mm-hmm.
It's week 7, but I mean we grind all summer, so they're tired mentally, emotionally. There's all the ups and downs.
Yeah.
These two specifically are both right on the edge of breakthroughs, which is frustrating.
Yeah.
When you keep
Yeah.
getting close but not quite there
Yeah.
yet.
Oh yeah.
So
I need to do the last 3.
the joy will come when it happens, but right now
Yeah.
it's a lot of kind of banging your head against
Yeah.
the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's been your lowest score of the season PR, or just PR in general?
Well, it should be. It should be mid 80s.
Yeah.
But it's 90 right now.
Yeah, mine's 89. I shot that at White Lake.
So good
108
vibes.
at White
Good
Lake.
vibes for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cadence has had a couple rounds where she just kind of messed up the last couple holes. Otherwise,
Yeah.
she would have been right where she wanted to be. So
Yeah.
Done that a few times.
Triple the last couple holes.
yeah.
You gotta keep that steam up.
Yeah.
Keep it running. It's hard. I know 18-hole matches, especially, you just get to the end of the thing and you're just especially walking. Walking is the tough
Yeah.
part. You get to the end and you're like, I just want to go home.
And she had the double whammy of one, she's gonna PR and finally break through, but
Yeah.
She was like actually leading. Like you check the
Yeah.
leaderboard, and she was leading. She was going to win the conference tournament.
Yeah.
You know, and if you haven't been in that position before, you just don't
Yeah.
know what your body's
Yeah.
going to feel like. Like everything
That's why you
changes.
don't
Yeah.
look at the
I
leaderboard,
don't.
didn't.
And that's what I think that's what messed me up the other day is because I like did the math. I didn't look at the leaderboard, but I did the math and I knew that I needed to par the whole
Yeah.
PR.
When I was playing in high school, I had this terrible habit of especially with I Want to Maker, because you look at the app and you're like, oh man, I'm there. I did it.
I did that last year.
I did that at regionals actually, and I looked at the leaderboard, and then we go into the back nine, and you're like, man, I got a chance, and then it just something happens,
Yeah.
and so I had to like start telling myself, don't look at the app, don't
Even
look
as
at
a coach, man,
Yeah.
like just watching the overall
Yeah.
leaderboard, they're more worried about where they stand individually, but watching the team
Yeah.
leaderboard, especially early on, like the first 3-4 holes, it's like everything jumps around
Yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah.
So I've just stopped looking at
Yeah.
it 'cause it stresses you out.
it. Yeah, especially when you're like going like this up and
Yeah.
down. Yeah, no,
Or after the first hole, you're in like last place of
Yeah.
the team, and then
Yeah.
2 holes later, you're in second. So,
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. Good luck at GMAA this week.
Thanks.
I'm hoping you guys play well, and I will see you out there because I will be out there. So
All right.
thanks for coming on, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.